Boom. And we're live. Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the No Nonsense live stream. Yaga here. Happy Sunday, everyone. Happy Sunday. Fucking tired, but I got my lovely cup of coffee here to get this shit going. So what do we talk about today? Well, start off with anxiety and depression. I myself have suffered from bouts of anxiety and depression. When I was a kid, I used to have anxiety attacks. I used to get so excited to go somewhere that I would just freak out. I'd start crying. It was weird. My parents just looked at it like, "Hey, he's having another anxiety attack. It's fine," which was fine. I mean, it was like the 80s and stuff. But, I think looking back on it, it had something to do with me being a kid and fearing shit. That's it. Just like fearing something either I didn't know what was going to happen or I hadn't experienced yet. You know what I mean? I think this is just me and my personal opinion based on my own experience with anxiety and depression that 99% of your anxiety comes from just made up shit that's not happening. Like what when you're sitting there and you're just like worried about, paying your next bill, how are you going to do this and that. And I feel like it's just a bunch of shit that's pumped onto you to create this false fear, to give you anxiety that'll eventually lead you down the road of having to take fucking pills and shit. And I'm not one for the pills. I've talked about it before. I'm not one for these fucking antidepressants and pills. And that's always a big debate, like, I need my anxiety medicine. I'm not saying some people don't need that shit. Some people need to be on medicine. But a lot of these antipsychotics and depression pills, that there's just so much shit that it just, from the people I've known that have been on them, myself included, it just seems like there's a better way. And that better way, at least for me, is knowing that what I'm worried about isn't happening. Like these what if fucking scenarios that just, excuse me, they like, oh God, what if it snows tomorrow? I don't know if I'll be able to get in my car. What if it's an icy road? What am I going to do? Oh my God, what if they close the store? What if I don't get a case of water? Oh my God, like all this shit that's not happening. I'm not saying shit doesn't happen from time to time, because it fucking does. But most of it's just made up nonsense, man. Just bullshit. Now, depression for me, a lot of my depression came from comparison of others, myself to other people, which you just can't fucking do, man, because you will always be disappointed with that shit. Like, because I'm me, they're the people are themselves, man. If you're looking to be like someone else, then you don't know who you are yet, You can always aspire to have some qualities of other people. Like, me, I try to be more positive, not try to be such a cynical bastard. I'm working on it. It's not 100%, but I'm working on it. But to say like, oh man, if I just had that job and this and that, everything would be just fucking great. I would be glorious and everybody would be good and I'd be good and I'd be super happy. Nope. I don't think so, man. That's like lying to yourself, and I've been on all ends of the spectrum myself. This is how I know. Like, I get depressed sometimes when I've got all these goals and plans and then I'm doing it and then everything just falls through. But then again, isn't that life in a way? Like, shit, you fail, you try again, you succeed, you try again. Like now it's like I'm doing these live streams and sometimes I've got nobody watching. So far, the best I've gotten is 2 people at one time. That's fucking awesome. But to me, that's progress, man. It's not this fucking max goal, I admire anybody that has built something from the ground up. I think that's just amazing. But I wouldn't say it's hard to do today. It's just there's different ways to doing it, with the advent of the internet and all that stuff, I mean, you can fucking build any kind of business from here. So sorry, I'm still trying to wake up, man. Again, long day at work. It's the story of Sundays, but hey, I chose to do these streams on Sundays because it's when I'm free. Damn it, fucking chair. All right. But when you get back to like fucking anxiety and stuff, I feel like it's just made up stuff, man. It's like worrying for the sake of worrying when nothing's happening. Because it's like, ask yourself like where you're at right now. You know, it's Sunday at noon. Most people probably going to lunch right now. They just got out of church, so they got their nice little tie and stuff. They got their nice little Sunday clothes on. So they're gonna go get some lunch with the family. They're gonna sit down and socialize a little bit. Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. Um, I don't know. Just I practice wherever I'm at, being in the now. Like for example, yesterday at work, I had some regulars that I saw, and then I went over to them. I said hello, like I always do, and they're a wonderful older couple, and they just started talking to me about life, man, and what they're doing, you know, and it fascinates me sometimes because the way I look at it sometimes is I'm just a dude at a restaurant, you know, serving you, but then those people, for whatever reason, will confide to me something about their life that's meaningful and important. Um, that's cool, man. I dig it because then when I actually I look at these people in the eyes and I engage in what they're saying and I listen, and then you can really hear where someone else other than yourself is coming from, like what they do, what they find is important, what they value. Um, and these folks were helping this young kid out. Um, and God, I can't. It's some kind of rare thing, disabled kid, and they were telling me like how they're promoting it, trying to get some funds going for it, and it's just admirable. I mean, who does that for somebody? I mean, I find it whenever people go out of their way to help someone like that. That's just it's above and beyond anything I would do. Like, yeah, I'll open the door for you and all that stuff, but I don't, you know, I don't go to these like extra miles and go door to door knocking on things like, you want to help out today? Um, so I mean, that's why I feel like you got to hang out with everybody, man. You got to know everybody in this world because certain people are willing to do certain things that you're not, and you're willing to do things. But that's why I think you need everybody. You need everybody. Like me, I'm more of a goofy, like, let's kind of lighten the mood. Let's laugh a little bit. Let's not take things so seriously kind of guy. And that's what I do, man. I make it a little bit more light. I lighten the mood because I just got to be goofy. That's why I said I don't take myself seriously. So, I've been on antidepressants, man. I took them. I gave them a shot one time. You know, I was like, "Fuck it." You know, I'll take this shit because someone suggested it to me. I'm pretty sure I've talked about this, and I took them for like about 5, 6 months, yeah, roughly, and I just didn't feel right, man. I felt like such a fucking. I didn't feel depressed, but I didn't feel, oh my God, like the world was sunshine and rainbows. I just kind of felt nothing, like a fucking zombie. Like, I don't know. I didn't like the way it made me feel. Plus, it made me like, I'll be honest, it made me have like no sex drive. That sucked. Like, I just didn't want to. I was like, no, that's great. And this is like 2011, yeah, the end of 2011. So, I mean, this is when I was still really young, like, you know, mid 20s ish. And I was like, no sex drive in your mid 20s. You know, that sucks. So that wasn't cool. It's like a lot of these side effects are really effects, you know, like there's so much shit. Like treats depression, but also may give you suicidal thoughts, want to kill yourself, kill others, fucking uncontrollable rage moments. You're like, Jesus. I think it's worth just not taking that and sticking it through whatever you're feeling for that moment. That's my opinion. Like, just fucking, if you're feeling crazy in that moment, just feel it. Know that nothing's happening. Breathe a little bit and let it go, man. Just breathe. Sometimes just focus on your own breath can calm your ass down. You know, in through the nose, out through the mouth. Do that for like a solid minute. Deep breaths. You'll be all right. God, fucking froggy today. Again, the weather's not so good out there today. Fucking weather. Been like raining all weird shit, but then again, April showers. Those fucking cliches that I hate. And you know, I've met a lot of people who weren't even really depressed. They just started taking fucking hardcore antidepressants. And it's like, oh my God, man. I just don't believe that shit's gonna fix you. It might make you feel nothing. Whatever, maybe it makes you functional. I don't know, man. But like today, even if I take like fucking, if my allergies are bugging me and I really have to take medicine, like I'm always weary because antihistamines just don't agree with me. Like they make me tired, kind of pissy, and I won't take it unless like my nose is just dripping and I can't stop sneezing. Then I gotta fucking take it. And it's like, but then even that medicine, that over the counter fucking cold medicine will fuck me up in ways that don't make me feel good in my body. I mean, you know you better than anybody. You know how you feel better than any fucking doctor or anyone else can tell you. You know how your body feels. That's the one thing you should know in this world is how you feel up here and everywhere else. And I don't know. I don't know. I don't agree with it, man. But you know, it's one of those things like you gotta figure it out for yourself. You gotta test the waters, try it out, don't try it out, do some research, talk to your doctor. People always like talk to your doctor. I go, man, we put too much power into other people's opinions. But a doctor went to school and studied all this stuff. I go, yeah, they did. And it's changing so much that by the time they got out of medical school, none of that shit's even relevant. And the shit that was relevant changes too. Do you remember like the fucking food pyramid? Like when we were kids, you know, when they told us like you need to eat from all the basic food groups. And that was all bullshit. Bullshit. It was proven that in the 50s or the 60s, they were paying off scientists to tell you that the leading cause of like heart disease was like saturated fat. And you need a low fat, low sodium diet. No, you don't. And what they were really doing is pumping sugar into everything. And here we are. I wonder why everybody's fucking obese. I wonder why diabetes is on the rise. I wonder why everybody's got cancer. Oh, I don't know. I guess it's just nothing. This is what it is. Fucking ignorance. Drives me nuts, man. Like, like, maybe the scientific evidence hasn't come out, but it comes out in little bits. The anecdotal evidence is there. It's like, Jesus. Oh, God, it's annoying. Yeah, so I don't believe, I guess the whole point of that rant was I don't always believe a doctor's opinion. Don't even believe my fucking opinion. I'm not saying to believe my opinion either. I'm just saying I don't always believe what a doctor fucking tells me. Like, it's almost like if you ever go to the doctor, you say just a couple things, it's almost like they just check you down a routine list. Like, all right, it must be one of this must be this, must be that. You say, I feel like I have a headache. They're like, all right, well, you're depressed, so here's a pill. And you're like, see, that's just too easy, man. There's deeper issues at hand. I think there's better ways to deal with it. I could be wrong. I don't know. But I don't put so much faith in what a doctor tells you, you know? You know yourself better than anyone else, so just kind of fucking know your body and go from there. And do some research, man. That's why I lost 50 fucking pounds, because I cut out sugar. I fucking stopped drinking soda. I watched everything that was like manufactured food. I just looked at it. I go, that's got 5 million grams of sugar. Probably shouldn't eat that. And this is why I'm thin now. If you watch my old videos, I was a lot plumpier a couple of years ago. And I just changed eating habits, man. I go, fuck all the stupid diets. Fuck whatever. I know when I eat this shit, I feel good. And when I eat this, I feel like shit. So, I just had to create the good habit of doing that. So now it's like, water. I eat a lot of protein and a lot of fucking fat stuff, like good fat, butters. Saturated fat's not bad for you, man. You can live off of saturated fat energy. Do your own research, look it up. I don't believe in all these crazy fucking diets are out there. I believe you could take pieces of each diet, like some of that ketogenic stuff. That's good. Look into that a little bit more. I believe in just eating meat and vegetables, man. Pretend it's 200 years ago and there were no fucking supermarkets, okay? People only had whatever, they had farms, they raised animals, they ate them, crops, shit like that. That's it. There were no grocery stores with fucking Eggo waffles and Ben and Jerry's. So, and I think, honestly, with just better food, you can battle depression too. Like, I wonder why I'm so sad today as you're eating a fucking Big Mac cheeseburger with your fucking Diet Coke extra large and it's full of artificial sweeteners and chemicals. I don't know why I feel so depressed. Like, yeah, I mean, just put that shit down, grab a bottle of water, start small, instead of eating that processed piece of shit, try going to the store, maybe just get some chicken, fry up a little chicken in a pan, a little oil, don't need to put anything on it, maybe a little salt, get some steak, eat protein. There's a lot of vitamins and nutrients in that stuff. And this is me just digging research on my own, man. I just said, because the way I did stuff my whole life, I listened to all the doctors and all this shit. Like, you should just do that. And I did. Still fucked me up. I was still chunky. I was like, I don't know why I'm not so good. And I think most of it is just eat better. Talk your shit out with whoever you need to talk it to, with people who actually can help guide you through actual problems, not the people that just agree with what you say or tell you what you want to hear, but people that can actually help change your perspective on things in a better way for you so you can live a less anxious life with less anxiety and less noise in between your ears, man. But, that comes with a lot of trial and error. I didn't figure it out fucking overnight. I did things and I go, this is working. This isn't working. And over the last several years, here we are today. And I'm willing to always hear shit out with an open mind if it can be beneficial to either, problems with anxiety, depression, or maybe better food choices. Like now that I'm thin again, I was thinking, I'm like, all right, well, maybe I should start lifting weights again just to like tone up, because I used to be a lot more toned back, a decade and a half ago. But weren't we all when we were fucking kids? So I thought, like, all right, now I'm a noodle again. So how about we give a little shape to this noodle? So I thought about maybe just doing some free weights again. But then again, I have to be honest with myself. And that is, am I willing to do it? Am I going to commit to it? How much do I really want it? And how much of that is it? Because like when you commit to something like working out all the fucking time, it's a whole nother life, It's like being in a band. You're in a fucking band. Everybody's like, oh, being in a band's a great idea. I'm like, yeah, but it's a lot of fucking work. You got to practice 4 or 5 times a week. Then you got to find a show. You got to book the show. You got to lug all your gear. It's fucking work. Lifting weights every day, it's fucking work. I'm happy and content with myself just being able to fit into smaller clothes today than back when I was a little bit bigger. Hopefully I stay this way for a while because I fucking hate buying new clothes. Because like I either get rid of all my shit because it's way too big. And then when I got big, I got rid of all my shit because now I'm then I got too small or whatever. You know what I mean? But yeah, better diet, man. I eat a lot of meat, a lot of protein, do that stuff. And just know that whatever it is you're worried about in your head probably isn't happening. That's where I found a lot of my anxiety and depression came from, was like, shit, I was just thinking, but it wasn't actually happening. It's delusional thinking, man. It's crazy. You drive yourself nuts. Then you think like everyone's thinking this way and you're like, no, it's just you. It's just me going crazy, talking to myself in the bushes. All right, moving on. anxiety, depression. You know, what the fuck happened to comedy? Damn it, I'm froggy. Excuse me while I caffeinate. I was watching. As soon as I woke up this morning, this is some fucked up shit, and I go check my email, and there's an article about the SNL skit from last night, which Kate McKinnon did something about Laura Ingraham on SNL, making fun of her because if you don't know Laura Ingraham, she got in a little hot water for fucking calling out that David Hogg fucking kid from the Parkland survivor shooting. She got a lot of heat, and they did this sketch on SNL, and I saw the sketch, and it was kind of pathetic. I'm just getting tired of comedy sucking balls right now and it always being about politics. But then I look back and was it always about politics? I go, no, I don't think so. I think sometimes it was just mindless entertainment. And SNL hasn't been good for like 15 years, maybe even longer. They used to be good. They suck now. That's just my opinion. If you watch it, whatever, cares. But I saw the sketch and then I'm reading like comments on the sketch and they're like, that was the best. You really nailed it. Because Laura Ingraham, again, from Fox News, she like, it's one thing. That's what I don't understand. Like, we have freedom of speech, right? But then you say something, and then, yeah, maybe she got some backlash for saying that. But the David Hogg dude, like, went after her sponsors, and then those sponsors caved and like started just cutting her out. Like, when you start going after somebody's livelihood because you don't like what they said, that's some fucking scary shit. Now, what's even scarier, though, is when I logged onto YouTube this morning, you know, I always go into my thing and I check my homepage. You know, it comes up with my recommendations. Well, right there, it says SNL, and then it's got that fucking skit right there. I haven't watched any SNL skits on my channel at all, but I did click on that article. So it makes me wonder, is AI already like watching my computer and like to see? Because I read that article and then I go check my YouTube page. And then in my recommended feed, it's like SNL. Boom. And I'm like, dude, my YouTube channel is pretty, when I go watch shit, it's all the same kind of stuff. I watch stand-up comedy. I listen to people's podcasts and a couple other things and watch news. Nothing about SNL. I haven't watched anything SNL since fucking the old, the Reaper one with fucking, more cowbell. That's probably the last SNL sketch I even searched, and that was years ago. And then this shit just pops up in my feed today. That's fucked up. But then again, I'm sure there's algorithms and all this shit reading my computer as I click on stuff, so it just freaking pops up and whatever fucking website I'm on, whether I'm on YouTube, my email or whatever, it's like, oh, he must like some SNL. I'm like, no, I don't want to see that shit. Or maybe you're just trying to show me this shit. Or maybe I'm being delusional and crazy right now. I don't know. It's a scary time because I don't know. I don't know if I'm being crazy or if that's really what's happening. You tell me, because I don't fucking know. But that is kind of weird. It's kind of weird that I don't watch that shit. I said I don't want to watch that. Click that off. Don't recommend that shit to me. I never clicked on anything. It's fucking weird. I don't know. I find it odd and a little strange, but what are you gonna do? Yeah, man. What? Not. What? I don't know. I'm trying to read my fucking notes here. I try to have points of what I'm going to talk about here, but sometimes I just get pissed off and go on stuff. Anyway, let's go back to the Laura Ingraham thing for a minute because, yeah, she got in a little hot water, but then David Hogg over here, he's the Parkland survivors, fucking thinks he's the fucking answer to all of our problems about everything in this world, which seems also weird. And if you have a shred of intelligence in your brain or even a bit of a rational mind and don't always use your emotions to make decisions, if you step back and look at it, it's a little bit weird that we're giving platforms to fucking teenagers to be like, yeah, this is what we should do. Stop. Making decisions with your emotions is not a good thing, man. It's fucking, it's going to be bad, man. It'll be bad making these decisions emotionally. You gotta, like, look, we just bombed Syria. Oh, from an alleged chemical attack. I just don't care about things I'm not directly involved in. That sounds selfish, but I don't know. It was an alleged attack. You know, it wasn't proven. that there was this chemical attack. We allegedly went in there. Don't you think that's something you should fucking figure out first before you go in there and start throwing bombs and killing people? Allegedly, like don't you gotta be like 100% fucking sure like that's cool? Like I was watching a month ago Joe Rogan's podcast, and they had the guy from History on Fire on there, and he told a great story about how in the 80s there was a Russian guy who was his whole job was to sit and watch the fucking screen to see if we launched nuclear weapons or anybody did or whatever. And he got a blip on his radar, and he goes, "Oh, what the fuck is that?" And then he got a couple more blips, and he's like, "Oh shit, he's the guy who's got to call the people to say we need to bomb the world and hit the button." And he almost did because of these blips, right? But then he decided to wait it out and say, "No, fuck it, I'm not going to do this." And it turned out those blips on the radar were just some kind of, I don't know, fake malfunction. So it was literally a guy in Russia that could have made a call that would have started a nuclear World War III, and we would have all been dead back in the 80s. And he said, "Wait a minute, let's make sure first." And he didn't push the button. Now, apply that to today. Apply that to, oh, we heard there's a chemical attack. Let's just bomb them. It's like, dude, hold on a minute. Are you sure? 100%. That's not, even if you were like 99.9% sure, like if you're going to throw bombs, which I don't even agree with, because it's 2018. Why are we throwing bombs on anybody? Who's possibly a threat today? Like, honestly, this isn't the dark ages when we're like fighting for territory. We got to ride the horses over the horizon and conquer shit. Or do we? I don't know. But I find it fucking weird. It's just weird. I mean, in your heart of hearts, you got to ask yourself. You got to be 100% positive. That's all I'm saying. I don't think we should be bombing anybody. But then again, I'm just a guy with an opinion. Oh, man. So, what happened to comedy? Dude, I tell you, fucking, I don't know, man. I don't know what happened to comedy. It used to be you could say whatever. Now you're getting censored. Now people are getting in trouble for that. Get sentenced to jail for jokes. I know you don't think that's like so bad because, like, say you're not into that stuff, right? And you don't tell jokes. You just go to work, you do your job. Maybe you got a family. You live modest means, and none of that really applies to you. But if you think about the world we live in, if they're stopping people from saying funny shit in an entertainment setting where anything's supposed to go, it's just a matter of time until it's like literally everywhere again. It's even on the internet. You should be allowed to say whatever the fuck you want on here. Well, it was the Wild West at a time, because you had the FCC always censoring stuff in movies and fucking TV. You can't swear, you can't beep, 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 this and that. That's so stupid. Why? Like, what group of people got together and go, you know what? I don't think you can say that. Like, you think I can't say that, but why can't I say it? Like, why? What's the argument? Well, kids are listening. Oh, fuck kids. Like, that's such a weak argument. Like, you don't sit around your house and fucking blast swears and that. They don't hear you in the other room yelling. Yeah, okay. Bullshit. I don't know. Could just be talking out my ass right now. I never understood it. I grew up that way. Like, they just watch your mouth and stuff. And now I swear like a motherfucker. I'm F every other word. Some people are like, oh, like, I don't understand the disgust. Like, what happened to you that is so fucking crazy? I just really want to know because I don't fucking know and I don't understand any of it. I don't. But you tell me. You tell me. Do you think it's right that people should be getting in trouble for fucking jokes? I don't think it's right. Like, what happened to being able to criticize and bust people's balls? It's like, nobody likes to get hurt. So you want to live in a world of, people not being able to give you shit for your stupidity. You know, I got it. I used to be an emotional dude. I couldn't take criticism. I took everything so fucking personal. Now today, I'm like, yeah, you're right. That's pretty gay. That sucked. That's not the best joke. That video was okay. Like, I understand it, especially when you're on the internet, man. I am publicly throwing my shit out there. Anybody can watch this. Anybody can sit there and say they like, dislike it, agree, don't agree, fucking give me anything. That's fine. But I choose to do that. If I wanted to be a fucking, just sit in the back and enjoy my selfish life, I'd sit in the back too, not have a YouTube channel and all that stuff. But I can't sit back and not say shit, man. My whole life I sat back, never said shit. And then I would always get in trouble for like saying what was on my mind. Now today I don't care. I just say what's on my mind. You may not like it. You may fucking be offended by it, but I'm being honest and I'm not lying to you. That's it. I think that's a good way to live, being honest and not lying. And because if you're honest, it strikes up different conversations with people to kind of progress forward as a species, man. Like if I'm honest about the way I think about something and I'm able to tell you that, and you're honest with me, though we may not agree on fucking everything, we could build from there. We could find some common ground. Maybe we can change our point of view. Maybe we can figure out a better idea. But this whole absolute, this is wrong. Don't say that. Don't fucking offend people. You can't go there. You can't say this. You can't do that. It's becoming smaller and smaller and smaller if you don't notice about what you can and cannot say or do. And it's fucking crazy to me, man. It is really fucking crazy. And hello to the two people that are watching. Hi. Because like I was saying earlier, the window of comedy now is all of a sudden being shrunk down to who wants to hear comedy that's only about specific certain things that are okay. Like what the fuck does okay mean in the first place to anything? It's like I always hated the word fucking normal. Like what is normal? I don't know. I'm not normal. And that's why I love it, because I'm not part of the blending in fucking crowd that's just like, let's be a sheep and just walk with the rest of the herd. Fuck that. A fox among the lemmings, man. That's what I am. Sit back, observe, look around, what's going on. But to be like, I don't know, just blend in, be like part of the drones. Another brick in the wall, I guess. I don't know. Fuck that. I don't know. That's the way I look at it today. But with the whole censoring of comedy stuff, it's why does an SNL go ahead and bring on something with the David Hogg thing? Make fun of him. Why can't I make fun of him? Because he's a survivor, dude. I've met people survive a lot worse things than that fucking kid did. And they're way nicer and cooler, and they're not trying to push their agendas of lives and how everyone else should live, So it is what it is, man. It is what it is. All right. I think I've been babbling enough. It's been 34 minutes of nonsense. No, it's the no nonsense live stream. But I'm gonna get out of here, guys. I gotta attend to some things before I go to work again, because I still have a day job. Anyway, join me again on Wednesday. We'll do it again at noon Central Standard Time. Be sure to like this, share it with everyone you know if you did. And remember, guys, don't take yourself too seriously. Good day.